The gentleman from Pennsylvania is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield 2 minutes to my good friend and fellow naval officer, Mr. Mike Garcia of California.
The gentleman from California is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's cold outside. It's about 24 degrees outside of the chambers right now, and as a kid from Southern California, that is especially cold. But that's not as cold as what's happening inside this chamber. Right now, as we speak, our nation has $31 trillion in debt. We're suffering from record high inflation, and we're about to vote on a $1.7 trillion spending bill, a record high spending bill, that's going to aggravate these things. And more than half of the members of Congress have not shown up to vote on this bill, not to engage in debate. The Democrat Party has not allowed us to bring this forward through the normal debate process, through the committees, through markups, just bringing it to the floor. Mr. Speaker, that is cold. The fact that this bill pays more credence to the borders of foreign nations like Tunisia and Egypt than ours.
Members are invited to take their conversations off the floor. Gentleman is recognized.
The fact that the Speaker of the House speaks of the personal desires and necessities of members of Congress over and prioritizes that over American citizens is cold. The fact that we this week had more members of Congress show up to listen to a speech by a president of a foreign nation than to vote on the annual operating budget for our entire nation is cold. We have to do better. We knew this budget was due on September 30th of this year, yet we decided to wait. The Appropriations Committee, the Republicans within the House Appropriations Committee worked our tails off to make sure that we had something that was responsible, that gave back to America, that provided the security of Americans. And the Democrats in this House and in the Senate failed to bring that budget forward until the last minute. It's cold outside, but what we are doing as a body, what members of this body are doing to the American people is so much colder. This $1.7 trillion will aggravate our debt. It will aggravate our inflation. And during a season where families are now making decisions to whether to buy their kids presents.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from Pennsylvania reserves. The gentleman from Massachusetts is recognized.